Hey yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel, as always keeping you updated on all the latest. And today we're discussing the latest bits of news for WWE 2K22. The next WWE 2K, which as we know Visual Concept has been working on for the past year and a half. Since the feedback project, we haven't heard much from a lot of the developers, but over the last couple of weeks we have gotten some confirmation on features that we could be seeing. Before we get into it, you guys already know, make sure to elbow drop it and hit those notifications to, as always, continue being updated with the latest coverage. So as I just mentioned, since the WWE 2K feedback project, we haven't heard much from WWE Games, as of course they're now busy on working on the game and giving us a lot of the major things that we asked for, from community creation to universe mode improvements and so on. One of the recent bit of update that we got was in regards to the roster, as we had a fan tweeting out to Patrick Gilmore, one of the top developers with a high position over at Visual Concepts, letting him know that with so many legends now joining different companies, including the likes of AEW, there's a bit of a concern on the legends that we will be able to see on the next WWE game. And I definitely understand that, fan, especially now where we are seeing a lot of top superstars and even legends like Sting going over to AEW, so they more than likely gonna end up on the AEW video game instead of the WWE one. So in regards to this concern, Patrick stated the following: "We have heard a lot of community feedback that legends have been underserved in the past." He added that the team is grateful to all of the creators for their efforts to recreate legends and putting them in the community creation, ending a message indicating that overall, and I quote, "it is also an area we are working on for the next game." This is good to hear them indicate that they're putting an emphasis on that community creation and also on the legends that we get in the game. Maybe this is finally the time where we get superstars that we have been asking for so long, and they managed to put in legends that have been neglected and taken out from previous titles. I feel like WWE 2K Battlegrounds actually did a good job with that, bringing back characters that we never thought they would, like Doink the Clown and even the Boogeyman, and a couple of other legends that we haven't even seen in the WWE 2K simulation game for quite a while. The other positive on all of this is that I really like Patrick thanking the community creation creators, because we know they're the one that keeps the game alive, and it seems like that is an area that they're putting a heavy focus on. As for the next bit of news in regards to the roster, this is one that I'm truly looking forward to hear more about, as Patrick ended up confirming that the team is currently working on a live service strategy and will explore overall updates to those superstars in the roster. Now there's no specific in regards to this live service strategy, but looking at a game like NBA 2K and a lot of the other sport games, this usually mean that the roster is going to constantly be updated to represent more of what exactly we see on television. Now this roster update doesn't necessarily mean them updating who's on SmackDown and who's on Raw, because it also relates to their stats and position in the company. And in the tweet, Patrick even mentioned exploring the idea of having overall updates. This will be great because we know how much things change in the WWE, especially around the time of the Royal Rumble and even WrestleMania, how brand new superstars kind of tend to get a push to get elevated into that next position in the WWE, which is why I even mentioned before that it will be great to have a roster update after every pay-per-view or after every major pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. For example, when WWE 2K20 came out, Drew McIntyre overall certainly did not represent the position he was 6 months after that when WrestleMania came around and he defeated Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. An update right after a massive pay-per-view like that, where we got to see a lot of superstars rise to the top, will be great. It will update a lot of superstars overall to represent more of where they are in the company right now. Another live service type of update that will be great is when WWE gives us the different superstar shakeups in the WWE draft, and even when they do certain trades. After those big moments happen on television, the game itself should be getting an update to represent the brands these superstars were traded to and so on. Even the rivalries, the personalities and so on could be updated as well. This will of course be different from universe mode, because as we know once we get into universe mode, that has its own type of roster, so that wouldn't even affect anything that we already have going on. The other big thing that of course a lot of us would love to see with these type of live service update, or I should say in this strategy that they are trying to implement, is for the roster to get updated attires whenever it is required. I already mentioned this before, it will be great to get an attire update after maybe every single pay-per-view, and even if WWE 2K doesn't make it themselves, they should have a spotlight type of feature right on the main menu or on the front page of community creation, where it gives you the option to simply download everything that was updated on the previous pay-per-view, sort of like a collection that just makes it easier for anybody who wants to download everything at the same time. Imagine if after a pay-per-view, 2 to 3 days after it is over, you log into WWE 2K and there is already a community creation collection pack that you could download for that pay-per-view that we just saw this past weekend. And of course, the attires and all the updates that will be included in this pack is something that has been approved by 2K and something that the 2K devs put together, and it is what they think is the best attires updates that we could get in the whole community creation for the time being. Again, it would just be such an easy way to download things and maintain the game updated with these very simple features that they could add. Also, please give us the option for an attire that we download to making an alternate attire right away, instead of making us go through the tedious process that we already go through. Anyways guys, that is all the coverage that I got for you on this video. If you enjoyed, found it informative, don't forget to elbow drop it and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below of anything that we ended up discussing. I'll catch you guys on the next one, so stay savage.
Oh, well-measured strike. 2, 3.
Rollins with a schoolboy takedown.
Oh, what a super kick from the architect.
Gentlemen, Rey Mysterio may be fading away here.
4.
He won't quit, but it might be better if he did.
5. 6. Seth Rollins may be looking. Ouch. Oh, there it is. Ripcord knee. I think that'll do it.
But does Rollins have the wherewithal to counter?
And Seth Rollins is the winner.
Even the ultimate underdog can't come back after something like that.
Looking dominant at times in the victory.
Seth Rollins made it a win. What an incredible